fam, what's up? So today I have a really exciting video for you guys. We're gonna talk about some of my favorite highlighters and bronzers and things like that get me looking super sexy for summer. Yeah. By the way, I realized I did like vampire makeup and it's freaking June, okay? I get it, I know. I don't know what I was thinking, but hey. Sometimes you're in the mood to be dark. To be, you know, mysterious, a bad bitch. Sometimes it just happens. It just crawls out of me. That and anytime I look at Anastasia's Craft liquid lipstick, it literally like takes over my body and I just want my entire face that color. I need to settle down. I think I need to go. So I'm gonna start out with my two most recently used. One is a longtime favorite and one is a newer favorite. So I'm gonna start out with the longtime favorite. This is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. You guys, I'm sure, have heard about this 1,000 times over, but if you haven't, it's an amazing highlighter. It's an absolutely beautiful pale champagne. It gives an amazing metallic shine. I'll actually put a little bit on my nose here so you can see. I already have a little bit of this on, but I'm gonna add just a little bit more so you guys can see what I mean. Like, if you guys want a highlighter, this is a highlighter. And if you get carried away, they're real easy to just buff out too. So that's what I love about that. But I have been loving Mary Luminizer. It's what I usually use on my nose, maybe a little bit on my Cupid's bow area, sometimes like around the brow bone. But I recently picked up this Cindy Luminizer by The Balm, and this one is more of a pink tinted one. And can we just stop for a second to talk about how adorable the packaging is and how adorable the girls are. So here is Cindy Luminizer, and as you can tell, it's definitely more of a pink peachy base compared to Mary Luminizer, which is right here. And I'm just going to add a little bit for you guys so you can kind of see. It does add a really pretty peachy pink glow. And as you can see when swatched next to each other, Cindy Luminizer, which is the more peachy one, as you can tell, it doesn't really have that high metallic shine that Mary Luminizer does. It's still beautiful and it still gives a nice glow, but if you want a serious metallic, Mary Luminizer is going to be your gal. The next ones I'm going to show you are all kind of about the bronzy glow. So some can kind of border as bronzers, and they actually are bronzers, but I like to take into account that not everybody has milky white skin like me, and so that all these champagne highlighters and pink highlighters don't work for everybody, and I really do my best to appeal to everybody of all races so that you all can have tips, because, you know, it's only right. So some of these might be a little too dark for you to use as a highlighter, but again, you can have them as an amazing shimmery bronzer for summer, which it's like, it just goes hand in hand with summer. So we're gonna do the high-end ones, and then I'm gonna show you a few drugstore alternatives as well. The first one is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick, and this is in the shade Bronze. It is one of my... Ooh. Doesn't it sound like a creepy old door? Like, I could be the sound effects person for like creepy old doors in like movies. So if you guys know if anyone's looking for a creepy door sound maker, I got them covered. I had a little too much fun with that. Okay, so anyway, this is the Bronze Shimmer Brick, and this is what it looks like. And I actually got mine at the Cosmetic Company outlet in the Foreman Mills Mall in Philly. And it was a year ago, but they had a ton of them. So it might be left over, I don't know. Shout out to my Philly girls. Anyway, I got this for a cheaper rate, which is awesome because I think it's a permanent product. But what I love about the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks is that you can have each individual highlight color if you wanted to. So as you can see, you could really individualize just with you know, a smaller detail brush. You could really pick up whatever highlighter shade that you wanted to get out of the palette, so you really have a lot to work with. Or you swirl them all together. It really pains me to swirl like makeup together. Any of you guys, like whenever there's like a marbled makeup product, I hate swirling it together. And you swirl them together and then you just get this really pretty bronze shade. The next two are from Too Faced, and again, they are meant as bronzer slash highlighter. So depending on your skin tone, this could either be a nice highlighter or gonna be a little bit more of a bronzer. So this is Sun Bunny by Too Faced, and I absolutely love Sun Bunny. I can actually use this side as highlighter and this side as bronzer on myself, so that's kind of why I've always loved Sun Bunny. So I'll just kind of take a swooly brush, and I know I'm going to put on so much makeup here, and you guys aren't really going to be able to see, but I just wanted to show you how it doesn't really add much color. It just kind of adds a glow, just like I already had. And then the darker side, we'll do right here, and that just kind of gave, see, a nice glow. And I'm pretty fair normally, so as you can see, it really didn't even add that much pigment onto my skin. So for most people, Sun Bunny would work as a really nice bronzy highlighter. If you wanted something a little bit deeper that could be used as blush or even as a contour color, I absolutely love Beach Bunny. And I'll add Beach Bunny right here, and as you can see, it really does the bronzing job, and that just gives such a nice golden glow. But it's so, do you see that? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So these are awesome. Too Faced is kind of like the ruler of bronzers, I think, so their bronzer highlighters are also especially amazing. Another more bronze shade is the Smashbox Fusion Soft Lights, and this is in Baked Starburst. But this is it here. This is awesome if you're more of a fair complexion and you didn't want a lot of color, but it does have some really nice tones to it. As you can see, it just makes this amazing golden highlights. It's like a gold, but it's a peach, and that's when they're all swirled together. Kind of like the Too Faced and the Bobbi Brown, it has the individual color wheel or the individual colors, so you could really take a little brush and focus on what shade you wanted to use. You could even double them up as eyeshadows if you wanted, but I love this one, and I use this all over the body. And again, they also make, I think, more of like a pinky one as opposed to a bronzy one if this was too dark for you. Now for the drugstore alternatives, some of these you're gonna, or this one in particular, you'll probably have to find at nyxcosmetics.com. I don't believe it's sold in stores anymore last time I checked, but this is the Tango with Bronzing Powder in the shade Bronze Ensemble. But as you can tell, it is slightly a dupe for Too Faced's Sun Bunny. It's just a little bit warmer. So if you have a deeper complexion, oh my gosh, this would be absolutely stunning on you. And even if you didn't, you could use it again, as I said, as a bronzer, as a blush. So these two here are actually the NYX Bronze Ensemble Duo. And then the ones right on top there are the Too Faced Sun Bunny swatches. So they're pretty comparable. They're definitely, you could swap one out for the other, I think, very easily. The next one, again, I love to use as a body bronzer slash body highlighter. So I really like it if I'm gonna go to the shore or like a night concert or something, and I just kind of give my body like a dusting, and it stays really well. This is the Milani Glow in number 4. It's their baked bronzer, but as you can see, this has the most beautiful glow. And I just love Milani. Their products are so great. I mean, you guys, can you imagine this on your entire body? It's beautiful. And again, like I said, it stays on. I don't notice it transferring onto my clothes. Last but not least, for the bronzy tones, this is my absolute favorite in the summer. And again, I kind of use it more as a bronzer, highlighter slash blush, and it definitely is way more pigmented than anything. This is the Sonia Kashuk Glisten Chic Luminosity Bronzer and Blush Duo. And as you can see, it has this amazing bronzy reflective metallic side, and this somewhat, it's like a semi-dewy blush. I'll just kind of swirl those two together and pop them right on the apples, and I really love this color, and again, it provides a really beautiful glow. You could opt for maybe a blush and bronzer duo like I did that has a little bit more of a metallic shine to kind of still give you that glow that you wanted on your cheeks without being like a metallic mess, which I kind of am right now after trying on all these highlighters. The next two are kind of oldies but goodies. Well, not even oldies but goodies, but everybody loves these, so it's no surprise that I'm saying them as well. But these are the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfecting Pressed highlighters. So the two that I have are Rose Gold and of course Opal. Here they are here. I absolutely am obsessed with rose gold things, just like every other basic girl in the world. So when I saw they had a rose gold highlighter, I went and picked it up. I still see myself reaching for Opal more, and I'll show you why. I think if my skin tone was a little bit deeper, and again, when I'm more tan this summer, I'm excited to try this one on, but the rose gold was almost just a little too pigmented for me, and I felt that it made my skin look a little bit more muddy than highlighted just because the tone was so off. So naturally, I really did prefer Opal on myself. But even so, I feel like Opal is still a little too dark for me right now. I mean, I love them both, but I really do prefer them when I have a little bit more color in my skin. Next up are two of my MAC Mineralized skin finishes, and I love these. I am such a skin finish junkie, y'all. But I made sure to only bring up two that you can actually purchase. So this is Lightscapade and Perfect Topping. Perfect Topping mostly, and I don't even know why, but I went through like 4 of these. And when they were limited edition, I bought one off my friend and like gave her some of my stuff for it. Like, I was obsessed with it and I needed hers because I had run out of mine. And then they were released again and I felt stupid, but I absolutely love Perfect Topping. And I got my mom hooked on Perfect Topping too. It's just really subtle and there's these really pretty tones in it. But it's just like a very light pink, as you can see. It's just so lovely. And I love that the the shine of it isn't too harsh. It's really soft and it's really diluted, especially when it's on your actual skin. It's not one that I found to sink into pores really harshly, and that goes for Lightscapade too, the other one that I love. This one, again, it's a really fair light tone, and the way that it shines, it doesn't settle into your skin and look really crusty or look really just untextured as some highlighters can. Every now and then I notice that the Becca highlighters can kind of just emphasize my pores, and that can happen with all highlighters, but I noticed with the MAC MSFs that it doesn't happen as bad. And this is Lightscapade. Again, it's just a light color. And Lightscapade is a little bit more champagne-y than Perfect Topping. Next, this is something I did not even like when I first got it. I was really upset by it. I actually made a video about it saying like, this is so stupid, because I've been so excited for Urban Decay highlighters since I heard they were gonna come out with them. And I was really disappointed in this. I've learned to love it, but I do not change my stance on the fact that I hate that the only Urban Decay highlighters they have are these chunky ass ones with the chunky ass glitter. Like, this is the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated powder or whatever. As you can see, I kind of barely touched mine, but I have used it occasionally on my legs. I used it in a little girl's hair for her dance recital. This is definitely not going to be one of your office wearable highlighters. It has more of a chunky glitter consistency, and though it is gorgeous, it is loud. It is the Shimmer Queen, so you have to respect that it is beautiful, but this is not the kind of highlight that I would probably wear on my face. Again, I like it for the body. If you wanted a little shimmer on the body, and I have to say, when I do wear it on my body, I always get a comment. This next one should have been in with the bronzers, I'm sorry. This is the Lancome Star Bronzer Intense All Over Magic Brush, and I love this thing. As many of you guys know, I used to be a lead artist for Lancome Cosmetics. I no longer am, but this was a secret weapon of mine on absolutely everybody. Everybody. I would use it, again, all over the body, all over the face, everywhere. This is a bronzer that comes inside of a brush. It's waterproof. It smells really nicely perfumed. It's not an old, ugly perfume. It's almost, if you know their Midnight Rose scent, I believe it's Midnight Rose. But I love this because it has a little clicky on the bottom. You click it, that charges up the brush, and then you can just on the go real quick, bronze up the face, do a little here, do a little here. But I'm telling you, people would be like fascinated by this thing. I would sell tons of these because it's perfect. Just like as you see, I'm just gonna run it around and bronze up and glow the body. Do you see the difference right now between this arm to this arm? Like, and it's quick. Make sure it's all blended in, but then you just gave yourself a really quick little tan. This is a lifesaver for weddings. If you're in weddings, if you're a bridesmaid, if you're gonna get married, grab one of these, because anyone who's feeling too pale in a photo, you just pop this on really quickly and it just goes. And like I said, it's waterproof, so it's gonna stay on. Lastly, I'm just gonna talk about my favorite liquid highlighters. These are the Stila ones. I'm a huge fan of them. They took them out of Ulta's. I believe you can still get them at Sephora and at Stila's website or Ulta's website. Can't remember which one. I think probably Stila's website. But they look like this. They look like little nail polish bottles. You might see a similar resemblance between those and Benefit High Beam, which is another one of my favorites. So I assume they're all kind of like the same type of formula situation. That's kind of why I'm clumping them all together. I know they're not the same brand, but I love these. So I'll talk about Benefit High Beam first. I love it. It's, again, more of a pinky champagne-y base. This is something I will mix with my foundation. I'll put in the inner corners of my eye. If you're into this new strobing trend, you could do your makeup and then just use this in the strobing areas, and it's exactly what they're referring to. But it gives a really bright reflective highlight, so I love that. Then you have the Stila ones. They have the gold tone, the rose gold tone, and the champagne tone, and it's actually really identical to Benefit's High Beam. So depending on what tone you're looking for, they all have that. And aren't they so gorgeous? And these, again, you can use all over the body or on the face. You just blend them in and then they dry. They don't have to be set or anything like that. And because you know I love to give you guys options, if those are out of your price range, NYX Cosmetics to the rescue. Once again, they have the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. This one's in the shade Sunbeam. This is gonna be like this guy. It's gonna be like your pink shimmer, or he's gonna be like your high beam, okay? You can get this at nyx.com, or you can get it at Ulta, Target now. A lot of places sell NYX. So this is gonna be your dupe for these two. Don't forget to get creative too. You can try different pigments and things like that and eyeshadows at home to kind of make your own highlighters. This one's the Makeup Forever 90940 Star Flash Powder, but this makes a crazy highlighter. I don't know if it's picking up that amazing like coloring there. It's pretty crazy. Just like that, you can really find some interesting highlighters that not everybody else is going to be wearing. Okay guys, and that is it for my highlighter video. I really hope you all enjoyed this. If you have any highlighters that you think I should check out that I would like, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below because I love trying out the makeup that you guys suggest for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook. They'll all be linked down below. And please subscribe. It's free and I want to be your friend and I love you. So be my friend. Subscribe. We have fun here. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!